Welcome to the AssetPlatform Learning Cohort. This is a quick tutorial on how to use the data form that we have asked all of the cohort members to submit each month. The data form is built on an Excel spreadsheet, and you can find it on the pilot page of the platform under Training and Tools tab. I am in the upper left here. I'm going to click on the Training and Tools tab, show you that page, and I'm going to scroll down to the middle where you will see the data reporting form, and you can click on that and the Excel spreadsheet will open up. But there is an easier way to get to the form. I'm going to go back to the home page of the pilot, and you will see that we have added an area on the left hand side called Quick Links, where the data reporting form is right in the middle there, and clicking on that will open up the data reporting form for you. So it opens up in Excel. I want to point out that in the lower left here there are two tabs. The tab that opens up is the form that you fill in. There is also another tab for the instructions. I will show you. This gives you some additional detail. It shows you the contents of each of the drop-down boxes. It also gives you definition of coaching topics in case there's any question about that. But we are going to be spending our time on the data form. So this is a protected spreadsheet, so that it makes it easier to tabulate all of the data that comes in from all of the multiple organizations. However, there are some fields that are open that allow you to put in content that is relevant for that particular field. But let's start with the instructions. The instructions say to submit on the last day of the month. However, we've changed that and asked people to submit forms on the 5th day of the month to jan.simpson@aspeninst.org. We've also mentioned that this is a cumulative data sheet and that new clients can be added sequentially. However, at this point in the pilot, you have so many clients that it is becoming unwieldy to do that. It is perfectly fine to open up a new data sheet and submit any new data on that data sheet. Demographic data, we're not asking you to collect any more data than you are already collecting on clients. And we've asked that submit one data sheet per coach, per counselor. The only caveat to that is that if you have multiple coaches or counselors that have not seen any clients that month, there's no need to submit empty data sheets for each coach or counselor that has not seen a client that month. You can submit one form and just have all the names on there who have not seen a client that month. So in terms of filling out the form, the organization name is an open field, as is the coach name and the month. The form itself is here. Got one in here that has been added already, but we're going to add another one. So I'm going to put the date in. The date field is open. Saw this client on the 2nd of October. The client identifier, this again is an open field. You can put in whatever works for your organization to identify a client. We do not need client names. We would like, however, that the client identifiers be individualized if they are different clients. So, for example, if you saw the same client in the same month, but coached on a different topic, used different tools, recommended a different financial product, you could put that client in again with the same identifier that you used for the first time. Otherwise, it's very helpful for us if each client has its own identifier. The coaching topic, this is our first drop-down box. I'm going to press the down arrow. You'll see the topics that come up. You can choose whatever one is most relevant. You may be talking to a client about multiple topics. In this case, you can choose the topic that is most relevant for the client in that particular coaching session. So in this case, this client came in for debt and credit repair. Asset Platform Tools is another drop-down box with choices. This includes some of the asset platform tools that are not necessarily just part of the pilot, but exist on the asset platform itself. And in this case, we worked with the client using Credit Karma. The next field is for financial product recommended. In this case, we worked with the client on a credit union solution. And some of the coaching field, is a place to record whatever the outcome was of the recommendation for that client. In this case, connected client with credit union. There is an option under financial product recommended for other. If you choose other, it would be very helpful to put in the outcome of the coaching what the other was and what the outcome of that was. The rest of the form is demographic data. Again, this should be data that you are collecting already. We're not asking for any data that you are not collecting. Female, age 19 to 29, also Hispanic, income, part-time, and single with dependents, and the area and the zip code is an open data field as well. And that's it. You can just repeat the process for each client that you saw in that month, and when completed, submit the form to jan.simpson@aspeninst.org. Thank you very much for the time and effort that you put into completing these data forms. They have been incredibly helpful for us in understanding the pilot, the kinds of tools that organizations are using, the outcomes for the clients has been very informative for us. So thank you very much for taking the time to do this. And please contact Jan if you have any further questions.